Hello, I am Martina Nyamainashe of martinanyamainashe.com. I am a transforming empowerment coach. I work with women that struggle with relationship breakup and I help them to recover so that they can find or come into connection with who they are, their true essence, and so that they can come out and shine and be confident and will go out into the world in their own magnificence. And today I am here to talk about how to handle a breakup with somebody that you love. And this is a very tough one because this usually happens a lot to women because as women we love with our heart when we start or come into in love, or when we, I don't want to use the word fall in love because fall in love is means something is falling down, which just generally means that it's not something that is good. So when you come into love with someone else, or when you decide to get into a relationship, to share your lives, to share things together, and most of us women go into that with all our heart. And when we go in with all our heart, it's very easy when somebody else is not being in it with all his heart. And then sometimes we find that we come into a place where this relationship is going nowhere. And all of a sudden, or from you will know that things are not going the way that you want them to go. And probably you will know that things are not how they are meant to be. And in the end, you will be told he's moving on or he's found somebody else. And in those moments, you still love that person. So, how do you handle that when somebody that you love is broken up with you? It can be quite devastating because you want them to love you back. You don't understand why they don't feel the same way that you feel. And you see, in your own understanding, you struggle with somebody not getting the love that you've been giving to them. But we need to get to a place first. And this is about you. I want you to forget about the one that has left you. And I just want you to focus on you, who you are being right here and right now. You see, you can't make anyone love you. You can't force love where there is no love. So if somebody has been good enough to tell you that they no longer want to be with you, I know as hard as it is and as difficult as it is to accept, especially where the matters of the heart are concerned, you need to come to a place where you can accept it. That this is what it is. This person is no longer interested in me. So how do I move on from here? So the first place you need to get yourself into is acceptance. You see, you can't go and make him come back to you by being apologetic, by being a crybaby, or by acting out, or by being anxious or panicky, or kind of picking up behaviors that are destructive to yourself. You can't do that because the more you do those things, the more you chase somebody away. But this is the time that you need to come into a place where you are one with yourself and understanding who you are by accepting the situation as it is, even though you don't like it, even though you want to change it. But the first place you start is accepting that this is what it is, this is what has happened. And the second step that you need to take is allow yourself to grieve. Grieving is a process that we all have to go through at some stage, one stage or another. We all have to understand that grieving is part of who we are. It's an inbuilt healing process that is there to help us to move from one realm to the next. So we have to accept grieving as part of a process of healing. And most of us, we avoid grief. We try to be strong when we try to be who we are not being in that moment. Because outside we put on a mask of happy and we're doing well, and to show off to other people or to the person that has left us that they have lost something. But in the process, inside of us, we are falling apart because we've not allowed the process, the natural process of grief, to take its place. So you don't need to accept that grief is part of who you are. You have to allow it to flow through you instead of holding it in and putting on a mask of everything is okay. And the other place you need to get into is a place of acceptance of being alone. Embrace being alone. Most women or most people don't really want to be alone. So as soon as somebody leaves or they want to beg the person to come back so that they can avoid being alone. You're thinking that the voidness that you have inside of you is because somebody has left. That's not true. That loneliness that you have inside of you is not about the person that has left. And it's not that you are lonely because you could be having so many friends around you. You could be having some family support. You could be having so many people that are cheering you and encouraging you and, helping you to heal in the process. But you will still have that loneliness going on inside of you. So that being alone is a call from inside of yourself to accept that call so that you can embrace and know who you are. And the next thing that you need to look at is once you have accepted that place of loneliness, you need to now review your relationship with your ex. Was it a good relationship? Because sometimes when you're looking at it through the eyes of desperation, all you want is someone to come back, you apologize, you change yourself into something or somebody that you are not. You allow yourself to be victim or to be abused or to do things that would just make someone come back into your life. And some of those things, they actually reduce us, diminish us of who we are. They diminish us of our good essence and they diminish us of our confidence and our magnificence and our beauty because we are trying to reduce ourselves to being somebody that you are not so that somebody else can come in and fit into your realm or that you can be allowed to fit into the realm of the person that wants to leave. But that's not good for yourself. So you need to get into a place where you can review that relationship. How good was it for you? And what are the things that you learned in that relationship? What are the things that you can take with yourself to the next relationship? What are the things that you can change about yourself before you get into the next relationship? So when you get into the review stage, you're healing because you'll be able to see your past is what it was. So in conclusion, what can you change from what you have reviewed? Who can you become to become true to yourself? And what are you going to do in your future? Because of the experience that you've had in this relationship. Relationships, when they come to an end, as I said earlier on, you cannot force them. You cannot force anyone to love you. You cannot make anybody love you. But when you get to a review state, it means that you need to love yourself. What is it that you were doing in the relationship that showed you loved yourself? Or was it the other person you were expecting you to love you the way you want to be loved? I hope this helps you because the topic that we had in the first place was how to handle a breakup with somebody that you love. So now you know how to handle the breakup with someone that you love. If you're still finding it difficult, there are so many other people that do find it very, very difficult to go through this and to handle this, and they struggle for years, but you don't have to. There is help around the corner. And as I said to you earlier on, I work with women that struggle with relationship breakup. I have a free course that you can actually see. It's underneath this video. So if you look, there's a link there which you can click in and you can you can sign up for that and you can get yourself a free mini course which can help you to further improve, further heal yourself. So this is Martina, helping you to transform and empowering you to live, love, and serve from your heart. Subscribe to my channel so you can get more of these videos. Love you.